Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new play-by-play video. Today we're going to be playing some tier solo. We're leading against a Guan Yu. This is a counter matchup for us, so we'll do our absolute best in it despite kind of that lane. For our build, we want to rush some kind of a defense item. Regrowth is pretty solid to do. Shifters also not bad to go. And we'll probably just be going the opposite of whatever we rush as our second item. And in this lane, we're going Blink, we're going to go Beads as well, we're going a Relic Dagger later on in this build. This is one of the very, very few characters in this role, and probably the only warrior that I don't really recommend going TP on, because if you do have Blink and you do have Beads, you're just a lot more versatile, and you can kind of get away with not having TP, because your laning phase is pretty strong. Pretty hard to get soloed on this character. He tends to kind of be very weak depending on drats. A lot of knockup immunities and whatnot make him feel really bad. Fortunately, in this game, they don't have that much of it. They have like a Guan Yu and whatnot, but they don't have cripples, so we have a chance to be effective. And yeah, I'm excited to give it a shot. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future, and we'll have at it. And yeah, so I'm expecting Guan Yu. Obviously not really a great character, but very good into the tier. A lot of knockup immunities in his kit. Means that fighting him is going to be pretty impossible for the most part. Won't really be able to juggle him with combos too frequently, so as a result, kind of just have to like play safe. And just focus on clearing, which really isn't a big deal. But we can just do a blink auto to start. If we can ever get like abilities and stuff on him before he does the combo, before he does his immunities, you know, that's definitely ideal. But we'll just kind of have to see it as that progresses. Get another combo here. He might actually just be dead. He is. All right. So that worked out because we were able to get the blink auto on him first before he threw a 3 or a 2 out. Obviously, if we do that and he's using his dash or his third ability, we're completely screwed. But we're able to do it in time, and as a result, ended up going pretty well for us. Right now, obviously, he has no TP, so any fight that he takes is going to be a little bit sketchy. And I want to actually encourage him to take a fight that's bad. So we're going to kind of walk at him while playing a little bit safe, and then just catch him again. Do knock up into a knock up. We just back up again. Now he's got nowhere to go. He went a tainted build with tier 1 scepter, which is kind of awkward, but not like terrible. And yeah, Hunbats is rotating to try to like help him. There's very clearly nothing this guy's got to do here. Just gonna dash, kind of play safe. Again, I'm sort of just like making this Hunbats waste a ton of time. I'm not really worried about dying. I don't expect to get a kill either. But if I can make them feel a little bit uncomfortable, I think that's gonna be pretty great for us. So yeah, obviously we're playing with a little bit of fire, but look how much time we're wasting. Hunbats has been here for almost 25 seconds and has done 0 neutrals. Now he's going to do the very first one of him being here. But in terms of like damage that's been done, he didn't even do the neutral. He just left. So he spent 30 seconds doing damage to someone who's going to heal it all back up. Guan Yu stuck, wants to try to do the totem, and as a result, he is dead again. No MP5 on that build really, besides this little tier 1, and as a result, he's kind of just stuck. So effectively, we knew we could survive. I tend to recommend if you're getting ganked to kind of just get out and play safe. But if you're confident you can live, if you can just, especially in the early game, burn time, make them kind of have to play safe, play reactive, whatever the case might be, or at least just not go to the camps right away, you can give so much opportunity for your jungler to farm, for yourself to just kind of keep their soul laner behind, stuff like that. And yeah, it was a big waste of time for their team. It's really, really impactful for us. We're going to try to get this camp here. Just going to dash it. Do another combo, and it is gone. Walk away from him. We can ult this wave here to get prio for silver camp. And then head over to the blue buff afterwards, or just reset. You have to be a little bit more conscious of having good backs when you don't have teleport, obviously, because in theory, you can lose a lot more. Now, that's not a big deal. You're okay to lose a little bit, because the idea is also that if I'm going blank, and as Guan's going to our blue buff right now, this is totally fine. What we're going to do is just push the wave. If he wants to get our blue, honestly, no problem. I don't really care, because he's going to miss this whole wave. We're going to walk back now to him. He went a volt. I don't think he did our blue, unless it was dropped by the jungler. If it was dropped by the jungler, he'll get it. Yeah, so he didn't do our blue. It was just dropped by their jungler, which is like fine. But normally right there, Guan's gonna go to our blue, and yeah, he might get it, but he's gonna miss a whole wave, and it just won't be worth it. Especially considering I already have a blue, so I don't really need it. Do some damage to him here. Suki should be able to finish this. He does. And that's gonna be another kill. So that blue buff he just picked up and all that. Obviously, you know, being behind and walking that far aggressively to take a camp, whether it's dropped for you or not, has its risks that are coming. And we'll clear this next wave and just finally get our first reset off. We'll get a full breastplate off this. And we can begin a shifter shield. We can begin a relic dagger. Either one's fine. I'll probably be going both either way. So again, it doesn't matter too much what we go. I could even just rush shifter shield right now because I'm not taking any damage. So I can have some power, but I don't scale that well. So, you know, they're all options. It doesn't really matter. We'll go into shifters next just because it's a little more, I would say, standard for a lane that would punish you a little bit more. If you're going Relic Dagger, you don't have prots on the item, which could hurt you a little bit in the laning phase. Shifters is just a little bit safer in that concern. But we'll be going Shifters into a Relic Dagger, so that's our next two items either way. It doesn't really matter which way you go. You can just get on this Guan Yu. Remember, he doesn't have a lot of MP5 right now, so his totems are really important for him. And if we just kind of get some auto attack damage off and whatnot, we'll force him out. And yeah, he got the totem, but at what cost? We have Blink up, so I can look for kind of a Blink auto. Our third auto is our strongest one, so if we just get it like that, I think I actually canceled it, unfortunately. Did our auto 1 through him. Doesn't end up dying. Yeah, we canceled our own auto right there with her ability, so I had to let that auto go off. I kind of like, it's a millisecond too early. But he's in a really bad spot, and I might be able to still get him. Probably not. Nonetheless, though, we stole the blue, we forced his ult. I mean, it's not a bad trade. It probably should have been a kill, but, you know, it happens. What's more important, I guess, is that he's, like, in a very, very bad spot that we can kind of sustain. Because he has no real way to get out of this easily. He'll probably live. I'm not really too worried about going for a dive per se here. But if we wanted to, what we need to do is just make sure he kind of uses his knock-up like that. And then once he uses it, when I say knock-up, I mean knock-up immunity ability like that. And once he uses it, we should be safe. I'm going to kind of path a little bit safe here. Use that. We get movement speed from our breastplate thing, of course. And then we just juke that. Juke the jump. Ult where he's going, and he would be dead either way. So just a little bit of spacing. This character is really, really impactful for spacing, but biggest, you know, thing there is his Guan's 3 was down. We forced his dash just by kind of walking at him. He panics a little bit. Best play there is to hold the dash and dash down, but either way, he's in a lot of trouble. So as long as you take advantage of that, you should be set. This is up here. Obviously, Guan no ult. Me hitting that camp kind of leverages him forward a little bit. Uses his dash. Remember, no ult on him, and he is just dead to this gank. It is up, but either way, he's still dead to it. Smooth game so far. I mean, this is going pretty well. Go do this silver here. And shifters, we've got enough for it off this camp. We can just like get one more wave. I mean, it's not really a big deal not to, so we'll kind of farm up. Obviously, you go beat second on this character, so you can, you know, get aggressive more often. When you have a Ymir, you have a Hades, really any draft, you just want to go beats on this character. It's so valuable. Oh, I don't have nearly enough. I can just go Relic Dagger here. Obviously, Shifters is really good, and I'm going to go it, but I kind of like how much movement speed we can have, because we're not taking any damage, to be honest. Shifters, if I'm in a trading lane where I'm actually under duress, I'm just so far ahead right now that I don't really care. But if I'm under a lot of duress from the laning phase, like, I don't know, let's say he's even, yeah, probably going Shifters is a bit smoother. But again, like, we're just kind of safe. I can afford it. It's super cheap. Such a good item. 50 seconds off of our relics. Meaning we're going to be able to blink beads so much. Especially once we have, you know, beads, obviously. But it's just really, really powerful. And great, great pickup. And then at this point, you know, fighting him is actually not really our goal. I don't really care to fight. I mean, if we have a chance to, great. But it's just going to be like farming, splitting the map. Invading buffs, like back camps, reds, anything we can do, and kind of just ignoring him, and then rotating mid for things like that. And yeah, that's sort of that. It's nothing. It's definitely a different style because you're not really trading, and it's a bit weird. I think tier in the meta isn't as prevalent as it used to be, partially because counterpicking for this god is pretty easy. You know, Guan Yu is a counterpick, but he's not necessarily that good of one. If you play like Ares and support or something, it's just a bad time for this god, and that's also just a good character, right? So there becomes like a lot of problems really quickly for him, but if you get a great tier game, he's still good. So that's part of the reason he's less popular. I think the other big reason is just when you have a very proxy-intensive style, where you're kind of going behind towers, clearing waves, running around the map, it's a little bit awkward because solo lane right now with all these neutral camps, with the Totem, the Meteor, the Naga camp, the Silver camp, all that, is kind of you're kind of tethered to stay in the middle of the lane and not actually proxy much. So a lot of his like preferred playstyle, I think, is a little bit kind of conflicting with like what you actually want to be doing in the role. On top of like Bull Demon Kings and stuff, which he really isn't too great at assisting in. So it's just a little bit weird, but again, I mean, when it's a good tier game and he just like can't really get shut down by the draft, he really does just kind of eat. And even when he kind of is like bad into the draft, like this game, I'm still feeling like, you know, obviously our lead doesn't hurt, but we should be pretty set. Ult here, and he's just dead. Just gonna play for where his dash is probably gonna go, and if it doesn't, Suki just finishes him. Either way, though, it's pretty smooth. Bastions are up, so I can just like do that, but I also can rotate mid. I'm kind of low in mana. We still have like a chance to do something here, so able to get beads here as well. And we'll see if we can clean something up here. If not, no problem. He's got beads, too bad. I mean, that's fine, though. We got a beads there. And that'll just be that. We can push this guy back. We don't have enough damage. I don't have any mana. No worries, though. It was worth the shot. This tier, or excuse me, this Hades is very fed, so I've got to be a little careful about him. Just throw this Ymir in. Oh, he should not have done that. That was a very bad idea. That's okay, though. Next item, as you can tell, we're going to go some MP5. Oni's is probably like the best bet. You could go Heartward on this character as well. Definitely not terrible to do. But Oni's, Heartward, even Genji's is pretty solid. We do have 20% cooldown. And if I go Oni's, I can just like end with a Pridwin, which I really like doing on this character. So that's probably what we'll do. But those are just like kind of options. If you wanted to go Genji's, you could do that. Again, if you wanted to go Heartward, you could also do that. Even Pestilence, this game wouldn't be awful. But then, of course, I wouldn't have any added MP5. Granted, we do have Bluestone and stuff, so like that'll get better. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but you know, just kind of some options and different things you could look at to do. This build definitely is a little bit more on the utility-esque side, so you can see some tier builds where they go like Regrowth, they go Glad Shield, they go Pridwin, and then like Stone of Binding. So they're a little bit less utility-esque. They tend to not go Relic Dagger. And those builds do a little bit more damage, but they're a little easier to lock down with less movement speed. Obviously, Blink Beads are on long cooldowns. Definitely not bad builds by any means, but just different. And I personally prefer this. It doesn't mean that it's better or worse. It's just a personal preference. We had a good rotation, but it doesn't seem like we'll actually get too much out of it. At least yet. We can come back mid here. This guy's going to fight us a little bit. Is there a combo? Auto, auto. Couldn't get enough in time. That's alright. Almost had him. This isn't a chest camp because we just did one of those, I'll swear. Danza needs to get out right. I'm going to come over mid. But this guy's like pretty safe. Yeah, I mean Danza's super dead. Hades is out as well. We'll just steal a camp here. He's just like trying to die to the tower, which I don't think is a terrible idea. I should be totally fine here. Remember, Hades no ult, so we just kind of like dash through them and we run out. We should be fine. Remember, we also have beads just in case, so not a lot of concern. We had a really big rotation there. It just didn't really net us anything, which is a little concerning. I won't lie, but I'm just going to hope it gets better as we progress. We've shown that like our 1v1s are really strong into this Hunbats and stuff, so if I can find him, I'm always just going to blink on him and at least poke him out to, let's say, 60, 50% health. I mean, that's going to be really, really impactful, hopefully. Just taking away some of their engage. Also, if we can just combo the Hades, forces beads or something, force them to blink out, anything like that obviously would not be bad either. We're going to ult on these guys here, force Hunbat's ult, gonna stand switch right now. Got the combo, both ults down. I'm not dead here or anything. They just kind of walk away. That's alright. We did force that. I mean, I'm hoping that, you know, him not having that gives our team a little bit of safety. And the match is like pretty even. I mean, I'm very far ahead, so we're pretty far behind elsewhere on the map, but like this is definitely not super bad yet or anything. Remember, Guan Yu just ulted, so looking for a gank here is really solid. We have to be a little bit worried about a Gold Fury call right after this, but we do have this teleporter just to kind of rotate over if needed. We can go finish these bastions here. Sling tier is not too great at, and he's not gonna let me finish it. Too bad. That's alright. And yeah, that'll be that. My whole thing is like I want to get set up and I want to try to get on this Hades because he's 4-0. So that'd be a great shutdown if we can get something going on him. But he is pretty tanky and also don't seem to have a lot of damage right now. I'll come over mid though and try to do something, but as you can see, it tends to get a little bit sour before I ever show up. Dan's is splitting, which I think is fine. As long if these guys can survive, which I'm not sure they will not. That could be really good. I'm gonna hope they try to push mid here a little bit. They are. We can get like at least an ult here and maybe some more. Chiron is knock-up immune in that dash, by the way, so we're not able to pull him in that. I would have tried to. But yeah, we can't dash Chiron in that, unfortunately. Hades, or Rod doesn't have ult here, so I actually can't do too much, sadly. But now that this guy's here, we can go on this Quan a little bit. Who is out of position. Danza did not follow us, sadly. It's all good. I don't know. Yeah, this isn't the best lobby, for sure. Which, you know, it is what it is. Do what we can. I don't think there's much here. I mean, we could, like, I could call for a Gold Fury. I don't feel great about calling one, to be honest. So I'm kind of just going to, like, go left, and his blue just spawn. We can go do that. And kind of just, like, play for level 20, sort of. I mean, I'll rotate before that, obviously, but if there's nothing, like, for me to rotate to, I don't want to just sit there and waste time. Especially when, like, I can win these 1v2s really comfortably. Just by, like, doing something like that. And I'm never going to get a kill, but I'm going to just force people out, force people away, and hopefully, you know, that gives us a little bit of, you know, pressure release kind of on the map, and our jungler can maybe do something in a 2v1 elsewhere on the map, or just something, right? Guy got the solo kill over there. Remember, Guan Yu also just ulted us. It seems like this guy's out, sadly, which is not a big deal. And, yeah, I think it is probably, it should be gold time. I really think we should do it. Our Dan's is actually farming quite well despite being 1-4. He's going to get a tier 2 split, which is really, really impactful, actually. And, yeah, these people are all over here. Like, we should just do gold, because you're noticing they're top left. They're kind of, like, top side, whatever. I'm here before the Guan Yu. We should have priority. Danza is very slow to do this, but we should still be able to get it. Notice that they're kind of, like, again, late. That's the biggest point. If Ymir gets it, you have to live with that. My goal is to zone these other people. Or at least just slow them down. Yeah, it's not really going to work. Again, we just had to pull that like 3 hours earlier, but we just never did. That's too bad. I'll try to help this guy, maybe get something out of it, but yeah, we get a kill. Again, that only went bad, and I know that looks like a bad call, but it just didn't go well because we just didn't pull it, which is like really frustrating, but I'm just going to get out here. It's alright, we got Onis here. Come back over, and hopefully we can just defend this, we'll see. I do have Blink, I do have Beads, I don't have ult. So yeah, they'll probably just get this. And we'll see. Maybe I kill this guy. He's pretty tanky. Yeah, no way. Alright, we are out of here. I'm like not gonna die to this. He did just dash forward, so hopefully we take this. Looks like we will. Yeah, this guy is super dead. And we are out. I can come back, try to get this Hades. This is dash down. Guan just got owned by that thing. Yeah, I'm not sure there's much more. Again, I really don't want to die, so I've got to be a little bit cautious. But if we can get a mid tower, maybe this beacon as well, we're going to be super happy with that. Tanking this, and yeah, we'll just like path in. There we go, dude. Good stuff. Beacon secured, tower down. Can walk forward here. We'll just force his dash at least. I guess he didn't have it. Oh, surely he dies here. Okay, thank gosh. If he didn't die there, I don't even know what to say. We'll go to top left jungle, go clear that out. And, yeah, see what's going on. Just run away here. These guys, they're all kind of walking towards me. I don't really know what they're doing. They can't do fire. It could be like a pyro call. Slash just like looking for me. As long as I'm staying kind of around with like a good health bar, they really can't ever pull pyros. So we just back up a little bit, give them some respect, and as you see, they kind of start to path away. Our Danza, despite having a really bad stat line, is really far ahead because he's just farmed, where Chiron has not. And he's got a pretty poor stat line too, but it's definitely better and doesn't really matter. And that's, you know, again, why farming is just so important. And even if like you're not the best player and stuff, this Danza's like put himself in a position to win. His build is horrible too, mind you, but he's put himself in a position to win XP and gold wise. And if he just had like a better build and stuff, I'd feel super confident. I still think we're like good to win this, but yeah, having that good build is very important. We'll rotate over mid here. Chiron just dashed, we just saw him, so we can actually just get some damage off. Bees there forced on the Chiron. And I'm on a lot of gold right now. I'm kind of waiting for level 20, so we're going to play a little bit safe here, but I do have ult. Just have to kind of wait, and if we see something that looks good, we'll do it, but if not, we just go to Pyro. So we'll keep kind of looking. Again, not really too much. We can pull the Pyro, and what I'm going to do here is just bait a corner. We're going to literally stand right here, and if they walk in, we're going to just dunk on all of them. Okay, it's only the Ymir going this way, which is sad. That's alright, though. We should probably just leave now. I'm going to get on this Chiron. We did get the objective, but obviously, after fight might not go too hot. I got good damage on that guy. I can kind of 2v1 these people really easily. But not sure that back end fight's going to go too well. If Hunmet's got a really good flank, so that kind of ruined things, unfortunately, but it's all good. This still isn't that bad. I mean, they've kind of used a lot, and like our guys aren't really dying. And this Danza build is a little bit sus, but it's alright. Hades beads force there. We do have Fire Blink available. I just need to get out of combat. Hit him. Chiron dashed into it as well. So Chiron should be dead here. Oh, that's too bad. I wasn't able to get him. That's so unlucky. We did get Chiron's beads way earlier, so I know they're still down, but I'm not sure we'll actually be able to get much more out of this. It was a good try. I mean, we were close. I could have beads aggressively to get on the Chiron there. I want to keep this guy in combat so he doesn't dash in. Alright, it will work out in the end. It took a minute. Again, these fights are pretty like ridiculous, but it worked out. We have so much gold here. Did not really want that fight, but it is what it is. And we have redstone now. I could go brooch, and I actually think I will go brooch because we need a little bit more damage. Redstone is obviously the more defensive option, but these fights are super split because they have like some diving, but it's not really coordinated. Then they have a backline solo laner who is diving, and like one you can dive, but it's just kind of awkward for them. The point is I'm not really taking concentrated amounts of damage, so if I can have a little bit more power to my name, I actually think we're much better off in terms of just how effective we're going to be, because I'm not going to die either way, so I'd rather just like have a little bit more damage potential, if that makes sense. And so far it's working out pretty okay. This is like an absolute disaster. Okay. We should be able to just do fire. What I want to do right now is, and I know we don't have our Danza here. He's going to TP over though. I just want to look for this guy, and we have found him. So we fire blink. He's going to use his immunity, and we're going to just keep on chasing him. Again, we are knock-up immune in our 1. He is also knock-up immune in his dash, so he's just going to do that. We'll ult after him. Don't end up hitting him, but that's kind of the idea right there. The more important point is, like, I'd love to get a kill, but I'm more concerned about just zoning him. So we were able to zone him, and yeah, again, no kill, but that's not the point. The point is to keep him out. If we can kill him, great. If not, it's no problem. So we have enough for Pridwin and Relic Dagger upgrade. So I'll just like go do that. For the Relic Dagger upgrade, you can go either one. I think Eldritch is generally very, very good on this character. It's basically whenever you use a relic, you are gaining 20% increased protections. Excuse me, 15% increased protections. And you're getting the ability to see wards for 20 seconds. So the ward part usually... The word part usually isn't a huge benefit. That's more of a supportive aspect. But having increased protections, considering our defense stance already gives us prots and all that, is going to be really strong. I mean, 15% of 200 is what, like almost 30. So it's not bad, right? And then obviously you're in defensive stance, and that gets a little bit more, and that's of both prots, right? So you're kind of... It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it definitely does help. And we should probably just start to push right. I don't really want to... I mean, I don't mind going mid, but we probably should just go right. I'm totally fine here, obviously. As long as I'm in my defense stance, I have more prots in this, so... I'm kind of cool with just being out of position a little bit, because I'm really not faring too bad either way. Don't love that we're backing, because, again, we have fire. Like, this is kind of our momentum play. But he just did not listen, so what can you do? I just TP behind them here. We get on this Chiron. This is Beads forced. Shell forced. I know we're outnumbered here, but we're not doing a very committal fight. We're just trying to... Oh, okay. Never mind. So, I wasn't trying to do a committal fight. I was trying to do a, hey, let's like just get some actives and get out. But it became a committal fight, which is truly a shame. We can still turn this, though. I mean, they've used a ton, and I genuinely think our 2v5 is not bad with how much they've used. So, let's see. We're going to ult over, try to get to this Chiron. That guy is zoned completely alone now. I'm hoping he wins the 1v1 into a Guardian, but maybe not. Okay, the answer was maybe not. We're going to get up out of here. Going to beads this so we're not slowed. We're going to dash out so we don't get Ymir walled. And, man, what a match. What a match. That's all you can say. It's a game of Smite, you know? We'll just leave it at that. We got Fire Blink up already. I guess that's one of those things I probably should have tried to calm a little bit better. But right there, I'm just blinking in and getting an active or two. I force like a shell and a Chiron beads, and if I need to, I just ult out. It's like completely worth it, because again, my blink timer is on 120 minus 50, so we're at a 70-second blink timer, and I can kind of use it like an ultimate effectively, and that's kind of the goal for how we should sort of use it. I'm ulting long side to see if I can catch this on bats, but I can't. I'm gonna go for this Hades now, but I might have just screwed it. That's alright. A little bit unfortunate there. It's all good. But basically, like, again, if I can force actives, we just get a little bit of range poked, like with the Raul and whatever, then we just back up. We forced actives, that would have been Bead Shell. It would have been my ult and Blink most likely, but again, I don't really care. And that is better for us. Now, obviously, our team has to play back, and we really weren't as back. If I'm ulting in, I think they feel the need to help me. It's one of those things that if we were in comms, I would just say, look, like, I don't need help. Again, all of it is kind of, like, unoptimal because our Danza just disappeared for some reason, but you get the idea. Hope that makes some sense. We'll get another 500 pucks, so we're running out. At this point, we don't have too much to do besides this tier 2 tower. So going to this tier 2 and then retreating to fire, warding that up is probably the safest course of action. We do need a B5 for that. Unfortunately, this guy's gonna die. But that's probably the best move. So I'm gonna kind of like head over there and you know, see if we can do that. They're gonna TP over. I still don't hate our 4v5. As long as we're not getting like engaged on by the bats on a weird angle, which kind of has happened. But I can just like ult these two who are a little bit split. I know they're tanks, but just anything we can do to them like might just turn out to be pretty impactful. Maybe not. You know, I could have just wasted my ult too. That's also a possibility, but it's up soon enough that I don't really care. Put this Ymir back. That was Guan Yu's beads, which I know he did go beads, something crazy. These guys are splitting right, but if we just take this fight hard on left, it's not the end of the world. Danza's up kind of soon. We might lose right Phoenix, but like this is one of those things that you can kind of like end the game with, potentially. So honestly, I don't care. We just go left here. He's dead. And Ra's going to stop back. So we'll get left Phoenix. I know that doesn't look worth it, but I'm going to explain why in a second. It should be, so don't worry about it. Okay, we got to get this Phoenix, though. Oh, alright. Folks, it's not worth it. The idea, though, is that we get left Phoenix, we get out, and then we just go get right Phoenix after we do EFG. And obviously, that is a very happy trade for us. But it didn't work that way, unfortunately. So, yeah. Because the thing is like, after you have fire, what wave do you push? You push right. So that should work, you know what I mean? But it did not. We did get a Gold Fury. I guess that's nice. It's not worth it anymore, but it is what it is. I can try to get on this guy a little bit, just because I do have help coming. But don't also want to die, so I'm going to be a little cautious about it. Danza is ulting this guy. This could work. We are a little deep at this point. Alright, it's not gonna happen. That's all good. Reset, go get another ward. And, yeah. I don't know, it is tough, because, like, this dance is kind of... I don't know, this match is just sort of... It sort of is what it is, right? I'll pick this up here. Didn't need to get the blue mask, that was a bit silly, but it's all good. They're going to go to Fire Giant in just a second, most likely. We do have to deal with right waves, but we can ignore a couple. It's really smart by them if they, like, really wait and they don't actually pull fire anytime soon and just let our Titan get owned. I don't think they're going to do that, to be honest, so I'm not super concerned, but that is the smart play. And as you can see, they're already, like, clearly not doing that. So, we got a good chance here. Got Chiron Dash there, got their Shell forced. Again, our Titan can take a little bit of damage. Ra's also coming up, so we do not care that much. I'm going to ping towards this Ymir, just because I think we can catch him. It's fine. He's juking us, but he's boxing into our team, so that doesn't matter. As long as we cut off his exit point, it really doesn't matter. So Ymir dies here. We can just push mid. We do have a wave. And I think, like, we easily... No, we push mid. Do not go to fire. Oh my gosh. This guy is an AI. This is unbelievable. I knew they had to spruce up the Qs, but this is insane. We'll get out here. I mean, this is, like, so troll. I can't believe this. Oh my gosh. Did miss. Gonna pop our beads here. Not sure we get him even. That's so sad. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this is insane what this guy's doing. Yeah, I could not tell you what the idea was there. We have a wave. Like, we just get the Phoenix, and then we get out. And then we go to fire. Oh my gosh. I'm like genuinely shocked right now. This is incredible. Alright, we're going to go to fire. We do have to defend it. Again, I think we might just lose it. This is going to be EFG on 5, so game might be, unfortunately, under some fire, but we'll see. They're not on it yet, which is good for us. It's pretty stupid by them. They definitely should have been, but I won't complain. Chiron is just not here. Okay. I thought he was using the teleporter, but nah, he's just not. Danza has inted again. Wizzy John. Oh man. We got a combo off on this guy. Doesn't really matter much, but I guess it's something. Can get an ultimate off here that is like pretty good. Maybe I kill this dude. He's super low. He's got so much defense though from the Aurus ports and all that stuff around him that he is actually out. Yeah, that is unlucky. I pushed the mid wave out just so they don't have a wave at least right away, but I don't know. We're literally playing a 4v5. This is like unbelievable. I'm genuinely shocked right now. We'll come over right. And, or excuse me, come over to fire. And on the bright side, their damage is pretty bad because they do have like Hades and Chiron as their shredders for fire. So we've got a chance to do something here. I still do think we lose this and we're probably going to die for it, but it's one of those things that you just sort of got to try. Force the Chiron out of the thing. Again, they probably will just commit to this and still get it. My only thing here I can really do is try to just chase this Chiron and kill him. Get movement speed off of that. And yeah, he's probably just out. No, he kind of entered. Alright. We got one. EFG on their ADC is like their most important person, so I mean, I guess we'll take it. If this guy dies here, that'd be great, but we got his beach shell. Danza's screwed. Again, it is what it is. At least we got actives. Clear mid behind them. They don't need a wave to push with EFG, obviously, because it's ignoring backdoor protections for the most part, but still getting rid of it will help a little bit. Okay, Ra's up soon. If they can kill this Hunbats on left, which it looks like they do, we should be fine here, actually. I'm going to just ult on this Hades and make life miserable. It's a little bit early, I know, but I just don't want them to ever walk even into Phoenix. I'm never going to die here, so just something like that just to buy time. We're burning a lot of their fire. They only have it on 3 members at this point, and we actually should just be set. Alright, we're going to come over here. Again, Hades is scary right now. You got to be a bit careful, but he does only have vids, or he doesn't have vids. So, we got some damage off on him. Just kind of keeping him in combat so he can't like ult on anybody and do anything too problematic. And eventually, as you see, it's starting to turn out a little bit okay for us. Did get his ult off eventually, but raw ult with all this damage should be enough. And now we just chase this Chiron again. He was going to leave his teammate because he kind of has to. He's going to juke back, but now he's just sort of caught. We just have to walk in front, and he has to dash back. Now we can kind of walk around, and he should eventually die. That's kind of the point. Or at least the hope. We'll see. It might not be the point. He might be out, which would be... Yeah, I think he's out. Too bad. I mean, it is what it is. If we can get a mid Phoenix here, right Phoenix, it's a big win. And it is a win just because we got fire off of them, so that alone is really great. Hunbat's blink ulted right there. I think he might have beads there as well. Get a knock up on this guy. Get another knock up. Beads forced. He's going to be pretty low. Aegis forced, and he is actually just dead here. Nice job. Alright, we do have fire blink here. Might be able to end. I'm going to check. I'm going to check the MMR of this lobby after this game, by the way, folks, because this is crazy. We did win, but like, come on. That was something special. I'm going to check right now. So the MMR of that lobby, let's see. I want to see what rank this Danza was in, because that was like unbelievable. To be honest. I can't like, I don't even want to BM, but that was unbelievable. Because like, you can like follow a call, you know what I mean? I don't mind people playing bad, but you can follow a call. That's not super difficult, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's not too hard. Oh, is it just like down right now? I don't think I can check. Yeah, we got 22 for that 61K. Wow. I mean, that was just a lot. We'll say that that was a lot and keep it moving, I guess. I'm trying to get the Smite Guru thing to work, but it's not. But regardless, 14-0-14. Um, I guess we'll just leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if I figure it out, I'll put it in the comments because that was just a crazy lobby. But as always, I appreciate all the support. And let me know what guides you'd like to see me play in the future. Thank you so much for all your support. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Peace, peace.